This is a stock we picked ahead of earnings. We had a long play on this ahead of earnings, and we're looking at Palantir. Brian, a lot of people are focusing on in NVIDIA. They're seeing these growth in sales, this explosive growth in revenue, and that's just been the story. People are buying these chips, they're buying these servers, they're getting ready for the next wave of the AI revolution. Well, now that they have these computers, now that they've built their servers out, what's going to be the next step? What's going to happen next? Well, for me, we have to look at some software companies, because you got these servers, you got this data. What do you do with it? And that's where a company like Palantir comes in. Now, this is going to be the second wave of this revolution. How do you manage this data? How do you capitalize on the AI and make smarter business decisions? This for me is Palantir. It's a company. It's up 70% on the year already, but still has not quite had that NVIDIA aha moment. Like, wow, this is the next wave of AI.
Well, Joe, I mean, it hasn't had the aha moment like NVIDIA, but it's getting close. Let's look at the chart on the technicals. You can maybe speak a little bit more about the fundamentals, but I'd like to point this out first. Is we've seen this stock, Palantir. It IPO'd. Everybody was very excited about it. Cyber security and working with the government contract. And then all of a sudden, all the love kind of like went out. The air kind of left the room, and the stock went down. But since then, we've seen this nice basing pattern. It's a typical technical term we call cup and handle, where you get this, trough, then you go sideways. There's this consolidation. And now the last earnings, we saw huge volume as the stock broke out to the upside. I think that $20 level that it broke above now is going to become a huge amount of support for the stock. And so from a technical basis, it seems like it's trying to start to get into this play, this NVIDIA love of AI here and breaking out. So we really like this stock. Like I said, I don't have a specific option trade today on this, but one thing I'm looking to do basically is some sort of risk reversal where I will sell a downside put where I'm willing to get long. And let's call that around the $20 strike level because of the way the technical side up. And I'll buy an upside call or an at the money call. So now I've bought a call, but I've reduced some of the cost by selling a downside put. And this is another way to sort of play the stock to the upside, especially after it's already broken out. Maybe we do get a pullback here to the $24, $23 level, but I'd be a buyer in that level. I'd use some option things called risk reversals to play that and continue that to the upside, because I think Palantir is just getting started on what they can do in the AI world, just more specific towards, security kind of military kind of things.
Yeah, and I mentioned, these AI stocks, they're going to be very volatile. We're looking at, a high forward PE. If you look at the the current PE, it's around 300. But if you look at the forward PE, because we're projecting pretty significant growth in this company, still, almost at its 80. It's a 57 billion market cap company. So to get this to be like, a 250 billion market company, it's going to need to see a lot of growth, but the potential is there. People are talking about AI. The excitement is there for me. But, I don't want to get into, too much of what exactly they're doing, but just for me, this is the next generation of AI just coming in. How do companies analyze this data? How do they use it? How do they, profit off of the AI? This is the company for me. Wait, one more point though. This company just missed making the S&P 500 the last quarter. SMCI just barely beat it out the last second, and that was worth 25% for SMCI. I'm not saying it's going to be worth 25% for Palantir should it be in the S&P 500, but there is a big catalyst to the upside if that does happen in the coming quarters.